Player coming at you with my first chaotic video. Real video for anyone who doesn't fully understand the rules of chaotic. So these are a bunch of my cards. Fire, Water, Wisdom. Again, outperformed Power 5 and Initiative Fire, so probably gonna go first. I love Ninder, he's amazing. I'm gonna call this my Desert Raiders deck. Ultra Rare Headmaster and Kaija. Ooh, these train once again. Probably my favorite pull today. Elemental. This is up YouTube. Speed Player here coming at you with another match on Trade Cards Online. What is up YouTube? Speed Player here, and what I have is 288 packs of Secrets of Velocity Alliances Unraveled. What is up YouTube? Speed Player here, coming at you with another match from Trade Cards Online. Once again, with regards to my previous video, once again, I'd like to thank you guys for helping me reach 100 subscribers. That milestone really means a lot. But yeah, let's get over to this match. So, this match is a really fun match to play. It was not by any means a lopsided match. It wasn't decided till the last or second last battle. And I had a lot of fun playing it. So, I'm using a Marillion deck, as you can see, and then you can see my opponent is using Underworld deck. So, he's got some cards like Kiru, Scythia, Zemu, Watchbolt, and his deck is focused around Earth as well as Courage and Power. Whereas my deck is Marillion, so water-based. I'm using Uxum, and because I have Galdred, his Brainwash ability activates, and so Uxum's Brainwash ability is he gains 40 energy into creatures at Corral, which means he can use shards, which means I can use him as a defender. So he's going to defend Barakatan, who's in here to protect my gear, which is particularly vulnerable against Underworlders, and as well to protect my Flugmorpher part. So you can see my mugics are Cadence Clash, Melody of the Meek, that's for Uxum when he fights, Intimidating Melody of Mar, Geoflourish for heal, Denial from the Deep for Dispel, and I'm also using Unheard Melody to destroy a creature with 0 mugic counters. You can see my opponent's mugics are Cannon of Casualty, Strain of Ash, which is useless, Nocturne of the Elements, which is kind of a problem, Denying Dirge, Improvisation Melody, and Song of Revival. Now, his music use doesn't end up being that effective in this match because of my Dead Water Devastation, but yeah, you'll see how it goes. So we rolled, I won my locations first. You can see he's got Frontline, Atropol, Zemu, Kiru. Now, I'm not particularly worried about any of them. The toughest creature to face is Von Blute. And one annoying thing he has is he's using Krek Phalanx Recon, whose ability can be annoying since it causes you to lose energy if your stats are low. But anyways, I decided I don't want him gaining energy off of Kiru by something silly, so I'm going to take McBannon right into Kiru. Right off the bat, my location is Cryomorph Barricade, so all my attacks deal an additional 10. As well, McBannon deals an additional 5 to Underworlders. Burning Rain can only do a max of 10, so that did 10. I just want to get my water attacks out of the way, so I can get some counters up on Parsoa quickly, because I want to be able to use his ability as well as cast all my music, because he's the only one I have for casting. Kiru has the Dread Tread, which I rendered useless by attacking him. So yeah, this was a pretty easy battle. McBannon has kind of the easy win, additional 10 per attack, plus 75 energy, plus Kiru's power is lowered. He tries to destroy my gear with that Strain of Ash, but Barakatan with the Weightless Energy Vessel keeps everything together. I put him with the Weightless Energy Vessel because, you know, Coupon decks can be really destructive and just don't want to risk anything. So yeah, I have him down to 15. I'm at 50. You see I drew Dead Water. With these kinds of attacks, you want to play them right off the bat so that your opponent doesn't pull a mugic later in the match, which could be more destructive. So even though it's kind of a waste of 15 damage, I decided to get out of the way now. He tries to burn me, but he realizes he doesn't have enough burn to do it. He uses that mugic, tries Scythia's ability, because I targeted Scythia, so he just had to use her counters anyways, but it wasn't working, and McBannon codes Kiru. I put down the Mirage there so that Ganon would have a defender in case I needed it, but wasn't going to use it. Because, alright, so Gothos Tower, so obviously he's going to attack with Von Blute, and the bad thing is, this is why I really like, this deck was really tough, because Von Blute's ability kicked in a lot. My guy's courage wasn't that high, so McBannon loses 10 energy from Van Vloot, and because of Crack's ability, he loses an additional 10 energy. And Van Vloot did 35 with that Primal Smash, so McBannon was in trouble right away. I knew Van Vloot was going to be the toughest by far. And he has the sickle, so if I don't lose energy right away from having courage above 65, then I will eventually, because he's just dropping my courage with every attack. And McBannon is put out quite quickly. Moves up Zamul. That was kind of worrying just because of Zamul's ability. You can see he moves up Scythia as well. Scythia had the Berithian Axe. My location is Doors of the Deep Mines. All my locations are pretty much water, and then a couple power sportive. But I decided to Ganem into Atropole, just because I figured his gear was going to be the Mech Blade, and he wasn't going to be able to win any challenges. He did, the guy I'm playing, I think his name is Momo. He's using online references for his cards, since I guess he doesn't have the physical cards. You guys know how I feel about that. If you have physical cards, then use them, but don't use things you don't actually have. Enough about that. So he plays Ash Torrent, and since it's Ganem, losing the challenge deals him 10 damage, which is also why I like Ganem in this deck, because I have Partsoa for stat drain, and then stat drain equals failed challenges, failed stat checks, which equals more damage, which equals higher chance of winning, and then with his Shard, you can use abilities or music to boost your stats. Only something like a Mineral Mayhem or a Primordial Rage would do that. But it doesn't matter because Ganon is able to go to him. And so it's 4 versus 5. Fear Valley comes up, and then I'm casting all this stuff and spending all these counters because I'm gonna have to defend with Uxum if Zamul attacks, and I can't use stuff as soon as Zamul's engaged. So I want to either make it so it's impossible to beat Uxum, or he just doesn't attack him this turn. So he decides to take Van Vloot into Ganem, and the reason you see I'm at 30 energy there, which is a fail, because Van Vloot's ability kicked in. Or no, the Fear Valley location ability kicked in since I had lower courage, and Crack's ability because I have low enough wisdom, so I lost 20 energy right off the bat. And so he drops my power with Dry Liquid, he's dropping my courage with his sickle, and I'm just pretty much instantly dead against Found Loot. His stats are too high and too much energy. Draws that Power Pulse for 20. So that's it for Ganem. That was pretty darn quick. And so we exchanged creatures a lot in this match, back and forth, back and forth. We now have 4 apiece. My 1 fighter, 2 fighters, I guess if you want to count Galdrad versus yeah, 2 decent fighters and 2 okay fighters for his deck. Mip and Mirage. So at this point, I decide to get rid of Scythia just because I know I can. Plus, Galdrad has the projector, so even if I lose, I get to come back, which is fine. I also want to play some more water attacks to get more counters on Partsoa, which is what I do with Riptide for 10. And then plus Scythia has low energy anyways. I have Marksman's lined up right there, so I know it's an easy win. So, yep, both 30, and I take her out pretty quickly. I'm going to put the Mirage down in Galdred's spot just to make Zamul have to fight me, maybe waste some attacks, maybe I beat him. But I'll come back regardless because of the battle gear, which is fine. And so his location is Fear Valley once again. I'm going to lose the energy. Shadow Strike actually does 0 because I believe My Ganem has 60. Sorry, not Ganem. My Galdrat has 65 courage scanned, and I believe that's max. And that actually helped me out a lot in this match. He has 2 Screeching Scares there. Plays Tech to Strike for 30. Rearranges the locations because Zamul has the Plasma Pounder, so that's the ability. I just play Flash Warp to get rid of the 0. And he codes me with Inlane Tenacity, so he gets to rearrange his locations again, but Galadred gets to come back, so it's pretty much okay. Plus he wasted a 2 and a 3, so I'd put that in the win column. Moves Van Blue over, and so now my problem is I can either put him there, waste a turn, and then have to defend with Uxum, or what I actually end up doing, I put Galadred in the center spot, which means I have to attack Zemul, but it's okay because I'm gonna drain Zemul's stats by 40 to all by using Partso's ability twice. So that means I win my Power Challenge ability, plus Doors of the Deep Mines, which means extra 10 energy. And I have Prowl Circuit right there, so that's 40 damage. So yeah. So don't be afraid to use your chieftains. Like if you're using just Heathen or Raktab, you're running Wisdom and Speed, and that's their highest stat. So don't be afraid to go for it and try to win with that. Don't just be like, oh, my fighters are gone, I'm done. Your chieftains have the ability to win. They have the ability to fight, and that's why I like this deck, because Galdrad, in my mind, has always been a fighter, never a support creature. A supportive fighter because of the ability, but you can fight with her. Him, her. I'm just gonna say him. It's kind of hard to tell what the really is. So yeah, and I was able to code Zamul in 2 shots because power's off the charts with Galdrad. Um, not off the charts enough to survive fighting with Von Blute in Siltra's Mine, which is why I'm gonna have to. And so this is where the end game comes in. It's very important, you guys. Trying to win a match. Think of not just like positive thinking is important. Like I'm gonna win, but how are you going to do? What exactly are you going to do? And so what I needed to do to win this match is take out Von Blute. Now in Siltra's Mine, that's not going to happen. That's Zerium armor plus he's going to make me lose energy right off the first attack with his ability. Plus he's still got some mugic left. So I'm not going to talk about this, but that happens. He tries to stop my energy game, but I stop him. Anyway, so my end game is Parsoa currently has 3 counters. I know my attack deck is running low. I'm going to have to shuffle soon. Game plan is shuffle, get Deadwater back, play it, make Von Blute lose his counters. Then I have to get Parsoa up to 6. Then I destroy him, and then I cruise with Galdrad to victory over Krek, because let's face it, we all know that's going to happen against a Krek Phalanx Recon. And so I dispel, strategically dispelled that denying dirge, because if I cadenced it, he would have been able to cast it again, which would make this battle easier, and then I wouldn't have been able to gain as many counters. So I did sack the flute, but I felt it was worth it just to make sure that Uxum would have the 70 energy to be able to stand up for himself a bit. So we decided to play in Lane Tenacity. It's 20 to trust my courage, so pretty much 30 damage attack when you include my loot's ability. But I have 2 water stacks lined up, so that equals counters. And now I get to shuffle, and now my chances of getting dead water increase. So I play the Crawl Crush for 20. Because again, all that matters right now, no chance, pretty much no chance of beating Von Blute. All that matters is getting those counters on Partsoa. Plays Tech to Strike, brings me down to 15. I get Deadwater. That was the whole plan. That was actually pretty lucky to get it that fast. Plays Nocturne, so end result is Von Blute loses counters, but I didn't want that to go through because I would lose energy, and I wanted to take the chance that he wouldn't be able to code me with this next attack, which he can't. Just that Ash Torrent. So then I can play, because the cadence plus a water attack was an offset mugic cost of 0. So I wanted the chance to get more damage in. I don't know. I think if you look at it either way, it didn't really matter. But still. Plus, I did force him to play that Cannon Casualty, kind of just because his hand was cruddy. So yeah. So we got 3 counters on part Soa, and I was figuring that my location next would be the Kairos foothold location, which actually helped me out a lot. Well, not too much when you consider my hand, which you'll see in a sec, but good, almost entirely good just because of initiative, even if the rest of the location didn't matter. So yeah, that initiative was pretty important, just for getting part Soa to counters quickly and not dying. Because once again, that sickle one shot, my courage is below 65, I lose 10 energy. So I hit him with caustic, gain a counter. Hits me with screeching scare, and I lose 10 energy. So then I will be able to play 3 water attacks, so that's enough to play unheard with Partsoa. I had 40 at this point, so I knew he couldn't kill me, and I'd be able to get off that Crawl Crush there. I'm saving the caustic for when I fight Krek. He has no more music counters, so I'm not worried about any of that. And so 6 counters, so I get to cast Unheard Melody, and I get to beat Von Blute for the first time in this match, only because I have the ultra rare music that destroys a creature. Yeah, that took the, like, in this entire match, the only creature I lost to was Von Blute. He was so tough, it was so annoying. And now all I have to do is face Krek with the Levitar. Um, Swartbrawn, I'm not running checks in this deck, but he is, but our courage score is high, so it doesn't matter. He does have a Levitar, though, so any counters I gain are going to have to go to, firstly, my Intimidating Melody of Mar, and then Geoflourish if it comes down to it, but at this point, pretty sure. So, yeah, again, my end game was play the Cost Cascade, get 1 counter, cast Intimidating Melody of Mar, which brings down his attack here, because it's on the burst, so he loses the stat checks. Because of the location as well, since he has low courage. So it only does 5. I have enough for my challenge, and the 50 with Geldred's scanned ability, and that Prowl Strike is able to code him. So that was a pretty fun match, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Galdrad for being one of the toughest challenge chieftains in my opinion. Both links to both these decks on Trade Cards Online will be found in the description below. My name is Speedflare, and thank you for watching. If you haven't already, like this video and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. See you later, guys. Peace.